get to your team's latest news. That's quite hard to say. Where we'll be discussing. Where I've forgotten the whole thing already.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Hey guys, I'm Abby and this is the weekend Premier League preview show right here on the Don Robbie channel with myself and of course Flex.
Yeah.
Score predictions.
Yes.
Tell me.
Arsenal are going to do that Arsenal thing where everyone expects them to lose, their own fans expect them to lose. They should lose,
Yep.
but I don't think they will, and I think it's going to be 1-1.
Norwich are going down, surely. They are going down.
You would imagine
at this moment in time.
Sorry, any Norwich fans, you're probably thinking the same thing. Well, we'll be discussing the latest Premier League games coming up for that weekend, your team news, and making our predictions. Make sure you guys tune in, don't miss out. That was perfect.
Hi and welcome on to Post Game Live. We are back after that thrilling game. Chelsea won, Manchester United won, and we just wanted to get your guys' opinions and also find out from these guys. They've had a little bit of time to reflect on the game. Of course, the game finished 1-1. Goals by Jadon Sancho, his second goal in the last two games, and Jorginho with a penalty to level it up. Was it a penalty in your opinion? I want to speak about some of the talking points in the game. Jorginho, what was he doing, to concede that first goal? Because up until then, let's be real, it was all Chelsea. United weren't even really in the game. They were doing well defensively, but as an attacking threat, nowhere near in the game. And then after that mistake, you know what? United could have nicked it in the end. So what was Jorginho doing? I don't know. This was missed a bit. Chalobah, after that thing, he could have been sent off for a second yellow card. Why wasn't he? And also, was that a penalty? Wan-Bissaka, of course, giving away the penalty. Was that a penalty? Jorginho kind of redeeming himself by scoring. And Rudiger, what was he doing at the end? He had a massive chance to win the game, blasted it over the bar. And are Chelsea the real deal? Can Chelsea win the title? Are they good enough? Do they have enough up front? Are they clinical enough to win this thing? Let me start off first of all with the Chelsea boys, Lewis and Matisse. I can see from your faces you're still disappointed by that result. I mean, what went wrong today?
I think in the final third we were just yet again toothless, and it felt more like Chelsea from last season, or maybe even in pieces from the start of the season too. I thought we were good at ball progression, like we dominated possession well, but once we got to the final third, we were a little bit we didn't have anything about us really. And Manchester United were there for the taking, especially in the first 20 minutes. There were so many individual errors within that squad and we just never capitalised on it. I also think as well, bringing Alonso back into the squad, he doesn't really look as in sync as the rest of the squad do with each other. That held him back, and that also held Hudson-Odoi back as well, because he had to accommodate for that too. And as soon as Manchester United got that first goal, they started getting a bit more comfortable. Granted, we managed to get the equaliser with a penalty, like we did get lucky with the Wan-Bissaka challenge and everything. But it's just frustrating, because this was the perfect opportunity to end that streak Manchester United have against us, and we nearly dropped to another defeat. It's so frustrating. A lot of players didn't have the best of performances in the game where we were demanding that. I thought Jorginho was sloppy, Ruben was sloppy. I've already said about Marcos Alonso. Ziyech had another poor performance. Timo Werner yet again didn't do anything. It's just really disappointing all round. And I know people are going to talk about the defence. I don't really think the defence was that much of a problem for us in this game. I think it was more the midfield and the attack for me.
Jorginho, what was he doing on that? I mean, number one, for a team that's so well organised, Chelsea, he seemed like he was the only one back.
Yeah, he was.
And that they'd thrown everyone forward, right? Which that was a bit strange, because we all know that one of the strengths, especially under when Ollie was there with Man United, was counter-attack. So to just leave one guy there, that seemed a bit weird. And then he made a horrific mistake.
Yeah, and Man United, that's when they were most dangerous, is when we had a corner. If we don't convert or we don't make something of it, they're going to counter us, they're going to hit us on the break. And if you're going to leave one person back, not Jorginho, because he's the slowest guy out of all of them, and he's not an out-and-out defender. Like, if I was going to leave someone, it would have been a Reece James or a Silva, just someone who can marshal the situation a lot better than him. The touch was dreadful. Like, that's the last thing you do in that position. Either just try and hack it away first time, try and header it back to the goalkeeper, but to take a touch when two people are running at you, it's just, do you know what I'm saying? You already know what's going to happen from there. So as soon as I seen the ball dropping out the sky and I just seen him on his own with 2, I was already shitting myself, to be honest.
But that's the thing. Why was he the only person back? I don't get. Even if it was like a Thiago Silva back by himself or Reece James, it shouldn't be one person by yourself. Like that's suicide. I don't get it. And I've seen that in like Lampard's last few weeks. Like I don't know if you remember when we lost 3-1 to Man City. Sterling's third goal. It's the exact same thing. And N'Golo Kante was left by himself. And he's one of the best tacklers in the world. But even he got exposed to that situation because he was by himself defending the entire half of the pitch. I don't get why we were so naive in that situation. And that's not really like Chelsea because we're usually so smart tactically. But I guess we just fell asleep in that moment. It's just cost us the whole 3 points.
Do you think it's a bit of complacency from him as well? Like you said, just get rid of it. You know, you're the only one back and he's tried to bring it down. With 2 players running at him.
It's just a bad touch, really. And like, obviously, you want him to have a better touch under pressure, and he's capable of that too. But it's just a sloppy moment. But there should be more players there to cover for that. And that's what Chelsea's been all about: cover in case of mistakes like that. And we didn't do that in this moment.
A lot happier over on this side. You know, Manchester United have been in the mud, let's be real. Over the past couple of weeks have been the biggest talking point. Ollie's sacked, Rangnick coming, is it Pochettino, is it this, is it that? Real mess. You look at it and you think to yourself, 2 games to negotiate really. The game during the week, going away to Villarreal.
Job done.
Job done, got that done, top the group. And now today, another game you look at and you say, bloody hell, man, the worst game you could possibly think to have away to Chelsea, you know, when you're in such a bad position. But Saeed
got the job.
It's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah, I think for me it's a massive point because, you know, the thing is, right, you know, we were letting in goals left, right, centre, 5 Liverpool, 4 Watford, you know, even against Champions League games, 2 against Atlanta, you know, we were shipping in goals. And I always think, when you're in that kind of a rut, you have to stop the goals going in. And Carrick has done that. Clean sheet against Villarreal. And for me, a resolute performance today. It's a resolute. And I think of it, I think the defence today, were they really kind
we
of...
didn't concede from open play.
Yeah, exactly. And
They
also...
had loads of corners to deal with.
Corners,
They
but they
dealt
dealt
with
with it as well, you know? So, for me, we dealt with what we were given. We dealt with kind of any demands that Lukaku, when he came on, we dealt with them on. So, for me, I'm happy because at the end of the day, right, it's a very, very hard fought point. It really, you have to come out of these grounds and come out with even if you have the best manager in the world, you go out there and if you get a point, you're happy. And especially against a team that conceded only 4 goals in the league this season, you know what I mean? It's for me, it's a starting point. I thought the Sancho one decision was a bit baffling, bigger than Ronaldo, because Ronaldo didn't really offer much. I thought we had a plan with Sancho and Rashford running in behind, but maybe the gas levels went down and maybe, you know, a lot of pressing, a lot of running around got to them. But I'm happy with the point.
Another goal for Sancho.
Sancho, you know, I mean, I want to hear, is there any disrespect in the room? Please speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. But yeah.
You happy, Sophie?
Yeah.
I'm happy, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm ecstatic because obviously I'm United and I want to win, but I think after, like you said, the goals that we've leaked, I think the last 2 performances have looked more disciplined. I think we've had a shape about us, and I agree, I wouldn't have made the changes when he did. But look at Chelsea, they've been flying. Everyone wrote us off really going into this. And I think to come out with a point, I think we need to be fairly happy. And obviously going into that Arsenal game now, we should have a bit more confidence, you'd think.
Start Ronaldo in that game?
I think he will, yeah.
Yeah, massively. It has to be. Ronaldo, it's Arsenal. Listen, that game means a lot, man, because it's a social media derby.
You change up what sort of works today?
Sorry? Yeah, because at home you have to have an impetus to win. You know, away from home, I get where you're coming from, a bit more defensive, but we'll play 4-3-3, maybe Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left, Ronaldo up top, Bruno behind him, you know, then we can go from there for me. Because we have to take the game to Arsenal.
And do you know what? You guys could have nicked that game today. That chance when...
Fred. The worst possible person, right, to have that chance.
Maybe he's passed it to him on purpose, I swear, because he just knows he ain't going to score.
He's hardly scored in his career. You know, he's only scored a couple of goals. So for me, you know, Fred should have got that. But yeah, I'm happy. We got the point, and I think we go to Arsenal, I think, with their heads held high and go, not concede it under, you know.
I think it was disciplined performance. I think it was just disciplined and... Yeah, I thought they worked hard and I can't really knock it. I think Carrick, to be fair to him, dropping Ronaldo, you'd probably say he did the right thing. Because
and we were fortunate, you got to remember Chalobah, red card for me. Second yellow. It's a second yellow.
It's definitely a second yellow for you.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Definitely a second yellow.
For me, yeah, because he pulled him back. It was cynical.
Let me ask these guys over here because, you know.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
No, you didn't see it. Anthony Taylor this, Anthony Taylor that. What about that?
I have to follow what the referee said in the situation.
Anthony Taylor, you were slagging off.
And you know what? He had a good
saved
game.
you.
I can't be unbiased in these sort of situations. I'll criticise what I feel the
No,
need
but
to
it was
criticise.
a
and I'll
good game.
praise
Was that a
what I feel
mistake by him? Chalobah should have been
If that's
sent
the way
off.
round,
Nah, I don't
if that's
think
the
so
way round, then
personally.
you're not
Why shouldn't he have been sent off then? Tell me why.
Referee's decision. I've got to give it to the referee in this situation. And
Let me go into a
Praising the ref now.
Let me go into some comments, and thank you. Loads of them are coming in. David Robert Wood says, "I think Man United will sell a lot of players in January. Need to buy some more new players for him."
Yeah.
Well, they've already bought a load of players, haven't they?
No, we're probably talking more towards midfielders rather than anything.
Yeah.
But-
Luke says Chelsea struggle against. This is funny actually. He says Chelsea struggle against teams like Burnley and Man United. You were a bit
same sort of team to be
You
honest.
were a bit defensive today, weren't you?
Well, it's a title-winning team have to adapt. Today made me realise, you know, Chelsea they look a bit toothless when it matters the most. So, you know,
yeah. What do you say today? Wasn't it? I mean, Werner, Ziyech, these type of guys, are they really living up to, you know? All banter aside, but are they living up to?
Werner up top by himself is never the answer. Like we've learned that the hard way. We wanted Lukaku in for this game, but I'm guessing he wasn't sharp enough for it. Came on a bit too late for my liking. I think he should have come on around the 60th minute.
He did seem to make his changes very late.
Yeah, and it's not really.
And then
like
when he made
Tuchel.
those changes, they did have a big effect on the game, didn't they? Mount, Pulisic, they livened it up for
That's
you
the
guys.
thing. Like, I've always credited Tuchel's game management. I won't take that away either, but he could have made those subs a little bit earlier.
Ralph's getting into his head already. Second thinking everything.
I mean, maybe we saw Jurgen Klopp, like he was shook from the start. Maybe Tuchel's just hiding it a little bit.
Liverpool fans and Man City fans will be gassed by this result. Says Afshan, it is good for them. Jaden says all Man United did today was waste time.
Oh, it's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh.
Captain A. Tabe says the Chelsea and Manchester United secret is out. Their defenders cannot run. Any team with pace beats them hands down.
Rudiger's pacey, Christensen's pacey. I can't really say too much about Chalobah, but Chalobah don't strike me as slow.
Oggy Jack says Arsenal going to get piped by Manchester United. I mean, how are you feeling about that?
I'm confident.
I don't think they'll batter you though.
Yeah, and I think you guys are not really, scoring that many goals. So I'm confident, man. I think, you know, we've got every right. We're at home.
Two away at Leicester.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a tight game.
Listen, a chance like that at the end.
Yeah.
If that falls to, an Arsenal player, they're scoring it.
But I just think Arteta will be sitting back. I really, really do. I think he'll be looking to get a point over there where we will be going at it. And I think at home, when you look at the resurgence in terms of last-minute winners, we've had a couple of Ronaldo Champions League. You know, we just got to make sure we're in the game. And if Arsenal get a goal ahead, that'll be when it's sticky. But for me, I'm confident. I really am.
Josh Sashal saying, Ralf Rangnick here. He said that point's going to give us the top four.
I think it's a good basis to build on, though, isn't it? Like we've said, defensively we looked all over the place, and now we've got the defence. We can start to look forward now.
Yeah.
But I think we've got a good basis to build from.
Absolutely.
We've just been letting goals in for fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
Deepak says watching Arsenal in previous matches, they're going to thump United.
Yeah.
Chelsea team looks too slow, says AS.
Alonso tax.
You hate Alonso.
Not hate, it's just I know his deficiencies. I know what he can bring and I know what he can't bring. He's slowed down the play so much in the first half. Anytime we were trying to transition or we were trying to counter-attack on the left-hand side, it was just so much slower than what you expect from Ben Chilwell. And I think that's exactly what we said. We were going to miss this guy, but I didn't deep it was going to be this bad. It's got to be a rough December.
I love these people in the chat. They're all reminding me, Declan reminded me, that, amongst many others, hold on, Robbie, did you see the chance that Aubameyang missed yesterday? Yeah, I was at the game. He did miss from about 2 yards out. So maybe I'll take that back about the Rudiger chance. But it was a huge chance for Rudiger. Huge chance to win the game, wasn't it?
Yeah. Should have taken a touch. Should have taken a touch.
To be honest, I think if he had taken a touch, the touch wouldn't have been clear enough and on point enough for him to then take the shot.
I hear that.
I think he would have just been intercepted.
If he touches it and he gets blocked, then it's cool. Because he's done everything that I think he should have done in the situation. Yeah. But we know what Rudiger's like in terms of finishing. Like, he ain't got that in his locker, so he ain't gonna hit it first time. Yeah. Especially in that sort of pressure moment.
Jill No says, Sai calling Chelsea defensive and boring. for the whole year, only for your team to play like Burnley versus us. Sit down and watch teams before you speak.
What's his name?
Why do you want names?
Gilno.
Shush.
Spitting facts.
And Ahmed Blue Davidai says, Robbie, what are you talking about that chance at the end? Remember Aubameyang? I do, right? About 100 people have reminded me, right? So apparently Carrick said in his press conference, he said that Rangnick had no influence on today's performance. You were saying before that there was a lot of talk that Rangnick had told him to drop Ronaldo and things like that.
No,
he said he had nothing to do with it.
No, it would be disrespectful anyway, to be fair. Rangnick would never ever kind of like get in the way of what someone else is doing. It's not professional. So,
have you met him?
Sorry?
Have you met him?
Yeah, you know, I had a few calls.
They went for a brekkie.
You know what I mean? Left you there, right for you know.
I'm a blue Davido says I've got Alzheimer's for getting that thing about Aubameyang.
This is a chance.
Rangnick, you know, what's he going to bring?
He'll bring a system,
organisation,
style.
I'd think.
Yeah, he'll bring a system and a style and an identity. Today, there was parts of that in terms of defensive shape, but for me, you know, we'll have an identity, we'll have a shape, we'll have something to work with. You know, the tradition will be better, so we're not just defending all the time. There'll be a moment where we're in control, the pressing, I think it's 7 seconds or something like that, where you get the ball, win the ball back. So for me, I'm all for it. And
he's not really managed though recently, has he? He's not.
Well, I've heard that about 100 times from you, Robin, but you know.
No, but is that not the facts?
It is the facts, yeah.
Yes, He's saying you heard it 100 times from me. I'm asking a legitimate question.
Yeah.
He's not really managed, has he? He's not. Even the job that he's coming from, he's coming from a job where he's worked upstairs. Right?
It's only 3 years ago.
Yeah, but he's not managed. All right, if he's not managed for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Now, what makes you think now coming back into the cauldron?
Yeah.
Because that's a cauldron of management of Man United. That job is a huge job.
You know why? Because it's not past its sell-by date, is it? You know, it's not past its sell-by date. You know, there's a time, and when it runs out, and then Ralf Rangnick kind of magic runs out, then it'll run out. But for now, he's still in demand. There was a lot of people talking about him going to other jobs. You know, just because he went to United, it's
to manage or to
actually manage. Yeah. There's been rumours of him managing places. So you know, there are things there. But the problem is with me is that I look past what he's managed. I look at what he's actually done. You know, if you had a CV and it's like you've not managed anywhere, you've not done anything and whatnot, then it's like you're thinking, well, hold on a minute. But he's actually managed RB Leipzig. He's got things going. He's kind of been in the heart of it. He's been in the heart of success. And for me, you've got to embrace that. You've got to, you know, kind of almost like look forward to that. And
I think it's the fact we've got a plan for the first time in what seems forever as well.
Exactly.
Going forwards, we haven't had that.
So we're happy with that, you know, and we know it's short term. And you know when you say that question to me, Robbie, I understand that, but it's short term. It's just get top 4, maybe win a cup, and then when he goes upstairs, that's his job, that's his main profession. But if he can get to top 4, for me, it would be an absolute
And I think
achievement.
we're comparing him to Carrick, who also isn't a manager. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
our other option is Carrick. So I think looking at that, like, he's the better option, isn't he? So I think ideally, obviously, that 2 years.
You're happy?
Time will tell, but I think we needed a plan.
Well, I'm asking you now.
I'm happy right now.
I'm asking you, the time is now. Are you happy?
Yeah, I think out of the interim managers that we talked about, and the fact that, like I say, he's going to be in that consultancy role, which we know he does so well, I feel like, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Hal Denby Gaming INC says, with Harry Beckenbauer, as Soti calls him,
Harry Beckenbauer, I don't know him.
Do you still call him
there's
that?
at least 3 mistakes in United's back line, so I think Arsenal win 2-0. I was going to ask you guys both that, sticking over on the Man United side of the seats. Like you said, you dealt with everything today that they threw at you. They were very poor with their finishing. But Bailly and Lindelof,
resolute. You would keep that.
Now,
You would think you would keep that.
Maguire is available against United, against Arsenal.
I wouldn't play
Do you
him.
bring him back in?
He will come back in though.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't play him.
Lindelof was looking dodgy in the first half.
Come on,
Sorry?
man. Maguire penitentiary.
Yeah,
Let's
but
go.
then again, you know what I mean? It's like, it wasn't a case of, it was 2 chances he picked up, but I wouldn't leave. The problem is, defences.
I mean, Daniel says, without Maguire, we play way better, he says.
Well, there you go. And also, you know, you have to have a partnership. You can't just keep swapping and changing. Keep 2. If you're going to keep 2, keep it. If it's Maguire and Bailly, fair enough. But if it has to be 2 that are, gonna have to build up a partnership. And
How would you feel if you're Lindelof or Bailly and then Maguire walked straight back in?
well, there you go then. But Bailly, there was rumours of Bailly that he was discontent with that, and he didn't like it
You
because
would be, wouldn't you?
yeah, of course. So I would keep it.
When
You
is
know, what do
Varane
they
back?
say? Sorry,
When is
Few
Varane
more
back?
weeks, isn't it?
Varane, no, not for a while. I reckon 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, a few more
Alright,
weeks.
okay.
Yeah, a few more weeks till Varane. You know,
Go
is
back to you guys.
Yeah.
Still confident Chelsea can win the league this year. I mean, that's a bit of a setback. It's brought the other teams closer to you now. Man City, they won today. Liverpool, emphatic winners yesterday. Do you look on it that it set you guys back, or do you just look on it and say, listen, it is United. We never seem to beat them anyway, so...
It's a small setback. Like, obviously, like 2 drop points and everything. It doesn't feel like a victory. It doesn't feel like a point gained. But like, I'm always confident in Chelsea's abilities to win the league. But I'm also resolute in the fact that it's not going to be easy. Manchester City and Liverpool are both going to push us to the brink. It's not going to be just Chelsea and everyone else being also rans against us. It's going to be a 3-horse race. Liverpool are capable of winning the title. So are Manchester City. It's not going to be easy for us. But we can't be complacent in games like this as a result. The only thing that could potentially hold us back is how much are we going to miss Ben Chilwell over the Christmas period. But that's all speculation. We are just going to have to wait and see. I'm looking at Thomas Tuchel's press conference. He's saying Marcus didn't play for a long time and he was tired. So I might give him the benefit of the doubt for this Manchester United game. But I need to see better performances because Ben Chilwell has set a very high standard. And him and Reece James were our 2 most influential players over the last 6 games.
He missed
He's got
Kante
big
today
shoes to
as well,
fill.
but I don't think Kante... Oh, no, hold on. No, he might have made that mistake because he did it against Martinelli.
See this long train.
That goal is going
I
down
couldn't resist
in
it.
Arsenal
I couldn't
history.
resist it.
They love
Anyway,
that
right. Brad S says, listen to these United fans getting gassed again about a little draw against
Who said
Chelsea.
gassed? What's his name
Like
again?
you're in the top 4 already.
Who said gassed?
This is what the guy Night Whisper
What's
says.
his name?
Sorry, Brad S.
Brad S.
Said that.
Shush.
Night Whisper says she's a United, true girl. I think they're talking about you,
fair play.
Sophie. Reece James Kingdom says, why can't we just sell Alonso?
Yeah, but someone's injured though. That's the thing though. It's
Probably
Yeah,
like
so he's not
100k a
even
week and we want
Douglas
20
Duda
million.
says Klopp's the one gassing up this Rangnick.
who?
He did, to be fair. Klopp did, to be fair.
No, but Tuchel's always spoke highly
Yeah,
of him
they
as
will
well.
speak highly of him because
Abdi Jarrah says Fred cost us the win today as a Man United fan.
What Bissaka
It was a
did.
big chance, don't get me wrong.
He
about
had a
45.
huge chance that he
Fred-
was
Fred had a
He
great-
just said cost us.
Fred had a really
to
good
win.
game.
Oh, sorry.
Fred had a great
Iron
game.
Mishra says Rangnick has won 1 German Cup in 30 years of management.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more than what Carrick's won.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
what do you want to say this,
though,
Robbie?
isn't it? That's our other option, Carrick. So
What do you want me to say? The thing is, right?
No, I'm just
There's a
wondering
lot
why,
of
like the
top
guy
managers in
said,
world
you
football.
are a bit gassed up over it.
No, I'm not gassed up.
And that's
Oh my God, Rob.
the bridge, yes!
That's that
You're
there.
crying about it.
I mean, even this
And you're
guy.
celebrating
I'm
it.
not celebrating nothing.
What
I
do
said
you
I'm
mean,
thinking-
bro? The way you
I said I'm
jumped
thinking-
up
Yeah,
with
sorry, this
everything.
guy said, Victor Lang says, watch out for Ralf Rangnick.
There you go.
This top 4 race will be very exciting. Game of the week will be Arsenal versus Man United.
If you win
rest
that-
in peace.
I'm definitely gonna go into hiding.
But what I'm doing, what I'm saying is, just going back to that Rangnick thing.
Yeah.
We know his philosophy. He's very similar, like that. When I say German Bielsa,
Yeah.
right? There are a lot of similarities in that he's seen by Tuchel,
Yep.
by Klopp, by
Yeah.
many people, especially in
He's the
German
master of football, yeah.
as that guy who revolutionised football,
Yeah.
who, you know, came up with this Gegenpress idea, who came up with a style of playing that a lot of coaches in world football have adopted and copied, just like what Bielsa done with his pressing style, and a lot of people have adopted that. However, as a manager,
Yeah, but why are you looking?
he's
Yeah, I understand, but he's here for
why
6
I'm looking
months.
is because he's
Is he
gonna be
here to win
I'm
trophies,
lo-
though?
I'm looking
Or
because
is
he's
he
going to
here
be
to stay
managing Man
by the
United.
club? No, but then again,
So you've
he's
written
here
off the
for-
season then?
Sorry? Well,
You've
yeah.
written off.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think they're
I'm
celebrating
not
Chelsea
silver.
at Stamford
Listen,
Bridge?
listen, hold on a
can't
minute.
write off
This
the
guy
season.
get me
You
back
can't
here.
write off the
How can you write off the
You
season?
can't write off
because
the
it's-
season.
No, 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 no,
You can't write the
no,
season
no,
off
We
in
wrote the
December.
season off when we didn't sack him.
Right.
After the
Right.
game.
That
You spoke
boy.
about
This
you
is
spoke
what
about
I'm saying,
challenges
guys.
for
You
the
don't understand
Champions
what's
League.
Can I say something? We wrote off the season when we didn't sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after the Liverpool game. Well, that's when we wrote the season.
So you're
Because then they were a serious football club. If we'd have said, maybe after even the Europa League final, where we said, you know what, Ole, maybe cut ties. But we didn't. We kept Ole in the job, okay. But after that Liverpool game, we could have some sort of momentum. We lost to Watford, damage reputation. Man City damage reputation. That's 6 points right there. And you look at Arsenal, they're how many points ahead of us? 5 points ahead of us. So for me, this guy Ralf Rangnick isn't going to do miracles, but he's going to lay the foundations and the principles for our team to get and top 4 and a trophy. If he can get that, for me, he's done an absolute brilliant job. But to say that he's come in the job and do all these wonders, he's here for an interim role. And because the club are incompetent enough to go and get a serious manager, or Zidane doesn't want to come. So, we haven't got time. They've done this mess to us. So we just have to accept that we have to, whatever we get this season, it's top 4. But reality, the season is pretty much dead, really.
So you're not Champions League contenders?
We're getting to Champions League contenders.
Are you Champions League contenders?
No, but I'm saying competition we don't know. But it is what it is. Did you think that when you were Tuchel?
You can't write off the season and then tell me you're Champions League.
No, you base it on you had an easy running, by the way, last year.
What do you mean easy running? What do you mean?
Atletico Madrid.
No. La Liga champions, a Madrid side that was unbeaten since January, the Premier League champions. You want to talk about easy running?
We're diving with the topic, yeah?
Now you want to divert. Why do you want to divert? Why do you want to divert? Why do you want to divert?
For the last couple of weeks, all I've heard is we want to be like Chelsea, sack manager and go and win a Champions League. That's the Chelsea model that we've kind of been scrutinised for many years. That we sack managers and then we go and win trophies. Man United fans have been telling me we can be like Chelsea. We can sack a manager and we can be contenders for the Champions League. If you're a contender for the Champions League, then your season's not written off.
No, it's not written off because I think we're trying to salvage the season by bringing him in. Because if we go off on a new manager basis,
no, I'm just saying, no, you're not understanding the point.
You write off a car and you don't use it.
We're trying to say
We're not writing it off.
I'm not putting away cup competitions. I said we can win a cup. Did you hear that what I said there, or did you forget
which cup do you mean?
No, but again,
so your season isn't over then?
Any cup is
Then your
possible.
season isn't over.
No, it's not.
What I'm trying to say though is I'm saying about Premier League.
Yeah, of course.
The season's over.
Right, so
Premier
be
League.
specific.
I'm trying to get to that, but you're not letting me
No,
finish.
you weren't. You said your season is over. You said full stop. You said your season's over.
All right, can you hear it now? You hear it now?
All right, cool.
Premier League, I'm talking about the season is pretty much done. We can get top 4, but we shouldn't really.
Why is it done though?
Hey?
Why is it done? If you get a new manager and you get that new manager back to go on and run games, big teams will drop points.
I don't know. I think it's too kind of like far away.
I don't think it's written off. I think if we stay with Carrick, then you're writing the season off. We're just kind of biding our time until someone new comes in.
I think we're in the top 4 battle. I think we're in
the
top 4
players have got to work for a new manager, haven't they? They've got to try and prove it.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't think. I think that's salvaging it. If anything, I don't think.
Shireen says Arsenal such a clown team, getting gassed just for a 5th place position. You're 5th. Just cause of us. Yeah. Wait until the end of the week, we're going to own you. All right.
I said unwarranted Arsenal slander. Here's what it is.
I'm not getting gassed over 5th place. I'm happy. Listen, considering where we were after the first 3 games, bottom of the league.
You guys will be fine. You guys got Ralph Wiggum or whatever his name is. You guys are good.
There we go. But you didn't hear a Tuchel when he came in the job.
No, we did.
What's his name? Obi-Wan trained Anakin Skywalker. He still got done up by Darth Vader at the end, so it is what it is.
Yeah, happy with him. Yeah, that's different.
I didn't know who I wanted. I'm on record saying that. I was happy with quite a few options.
Jafar 101 says Man City would eat Chelsea for lunch.
I would like to see him do that in the big stage, innit?
Man City would eat Chelsea for lunch. We've beaten them 3 out of the last 4 games.
Man City fans have been salty for the last 7 months because we left them crying in Porto. It is what it is.
You think you'll pick them to the title this year?
Oh, we're capable of it.
It's a 3-horse race, you know?
Just like they're capable
they
of
never
it.
ever want to like big it up, do you? You know what I mean? You're just so like cool.
Oh wait, so but if we big it up, we're cocky and we don't show any humility.
You got to big up the other wrestling.
Do you want us to be humble or do you want us to be cocky? What do you want? You can't have them both.
When you need to big yourselves up. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but when I do this, I'm too cocky or I'm a prick or something like that.
You got to respect Liverpool and Man City who have been doing it season in, season out. Challenging for the title. We're title contenders, but we're not stupid. We're in a fight. We're not guaranteed to win anything. You don't win the trophy.
Guaranteed, is it?
You don't win the trophy in November or December. And Saeed knows that because he was looking down on people in January, and then they didn't win. Then Big Steve marches in. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that.
Daryl says this is the Rangnick takeover. Prince DM31 says Marcello Rangnick to come into full effect. Ralf Rangnick put respect on his name. Says Kamaran.
Yep.
United are still finished as champions of Europe.
Fair enough.
He's a Chelsea fan.
Chelsea fan,
we got Tuchel's dad. Respect him, says Hanzella. That's
Again,
the thing,
Obi-Wan made Anakin Skywalker and he got done up by Darth Vader, so it is what it is.
Let me just ask, we're going to wrap it up now. Man in the match?
I would have said
Sophie?
Matic.
Matic.
Matic I would have gone for, yeah.
Yeah.
Matic, for me, colossal.
I think he was just a calming influence in that midfield as well. When he got the ball, he always tried to link up play. And he did a few runs, to be fair, striding runs through the middle. Yeah, I think he was our best player today. I thought Fred played really well as well.
It would be someone from the United midfield, to be honest. They beat us in that battle, and that helped them control most of the game, especially in the second half. Yeah. Fred or Matic, Matic was a bit sloppy in the first half. Second half, he was absolutely sourcing on us.
Yeah, I would have given it to any three of the midfielders. I think they were really good in the midfield. Compact, they didn't let us play through them. We had to keep going wide, get crosses into the boxes, exactly what you want your midfield three to do. So I think Matic was just class in the second half though. He was having some really nice touches. He was looking like he was in his prime. So any three of them I think could get it.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, what's going to be the order come May next year? What do you think? What's going to be the top four?
Oh gosh.
I still have Man United in the top four. I think with the amount of players
Give me your
they've
top
brought
four.
I'm still back in Chelsea, but it's going to be tough.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Give me
Chelsea first.
Exactly.
Chelsea winning the title.
Yeah.
Don't skip the question, man.
Liverpool second, City third, and Man United fourth. I think that was the prediction at the start of the season, yeah.
Lewis?
Chelsea, you know what, it might be the same as you, to be honest. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City. Yeah, I think it would be Manchester United. Leicester haven't. My idea was Leicester to finish fourth start of the season, but they haven't been the same Leicester from previous seasons. I don't think they catch up from all the points that they've dropped so far. It probably would be Manchester United, to be honest. So yeah, you lot can have your top four trophies.
No,
all
also,
good.
I was going to say no one's mentioned.
No, you guys will compete for top four. I don't think you guys have it in you to fully get it, but I think you guys will compete.
They've got too much players. Like
West Ham?
West Ham, they're looking
Lost two
good,
now.
Lost
but
last two, yeah.
that's the thing. And I think as well, because I expect them to progress really far down the Europa League ladder. And I think the added fixtures and everything will eventually come back to haunt them. So I don't think they have everything that it takes to get them into the top four this season. I do think it is Manchester United. And like I said, Ralf Rangnick will fix you guys up. Maybe not immediately, but you'll see the fruits of it towards the end of the season. That'll be enough to push you guys to top four. So I think it'll be Manchester United again.
Sophie, your top four?
I find it so hard to call, to be honest with you. I think Liverpool might win the league again, and I hate to say that. So I'm going to go Liverpool, City, Chelsea, us.
I'm going to go City to win the league. I think Liverpool, Chelsea third, United fourth.
Chelsea third?
Yeah.
I went Chelsea
I think
third.
they'll tail off.
Third?
Yeah, I think you've got tough fixtures coming up, man. I think you'll tail off.
I feel like City and Liverpool are just going to go on a mad run.
Yeah,
be
that's what I
honest.
mean.
I feel like
You
they're
guys
growing,
don't go on runs, that's a
Fair
problem.
enough. Like, it's a
I
three-horse
think
race,
it's going
isn't
to be
it? So it
close
could be
between the
either
top
or.
three, but
Yeah.
I think you can have that top three in any order.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is what it is. Fair enough.
And Ballon d'Or winner, Ziyech.
Ziyech.
Listen, thank you very much for all your comments that have been coming in. Once again, I want to thank these guys for being here for the stream and also for being here to take your guys' comments as well. Thank you, Saeed.
Yep. Cheers.
Thank you, Sophie. I'm sure I'll be
Thank you.
seeing a lot more of you guys this week over on AFTV because Arsenal, of course, playing Manchester United on Thursday. What's your game, Mid?
We're ready.
We got Watford.
Watford away.
Watford away?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be a good game.
Tricky.
So thank you as well, Matisse. Thank you as well, Lewis. Quickly, just you guys tell everybody where they can find you, Matisse.
MAH, very simple, 3 letters, YouTube channel. Yeah, I've got to do the review for this. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, guys, Carefree Lewis G, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and also check out Chelsea Fan TV as well. Big up, you guys.
So,
Ladies in Red on YouTube, please, and then Sophie Show on all socials. So yeah, give me a follow on that as well.
Yep, and Saeed TV, man. If you want shamelessness, come follow us, man.
shamelessness, love that. All right, and don't forget to subscribe here to Don Robbie channel. And don't forget this week's Saturday, the Saturday football show. Make sure you check that out as well. It's been brilliant. I loved it with these guys on it.
Yeah.
I'll have to get you on it one week as well. So,
Yeah, definitely.
right, you've been on. I mean, had you on it? So,
Not yet, no.
But we'll have every week a real array of football fans talking facts. The guys that follow their clubs week in, week out. You're not going to hear it any truer than when you hear those fans. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Yes! Go on, do so! Go on, do so! What are you doing here? What are you doing here? You get me? What the fuck? Oh, shit!
No, he's done. He's done. He's done. It's awesome! Yeah!
Hatters and say F1 is boring, they don't watch it, clearly.
So we're at the best stadium in the whole of the Premier League.
What are you laughing at?
Smoking on your tears, fam. You know that way there.